Currently, I'm a general manager with a company called DaVita. DaVita is the world's largest provider of dialysis services. I'm a general manager over our DC portfolio, so I have about 15 dialysis clinics there. And every day we treat patients suffering with end-stage kidney disease. I love the job. It is challenging. While I'm not a biomedical engineer in practice, I really get to work at the forefront of biomedical technologies and healthcare delivery to deliver an incredibly important life-saving service for very, very vulnerable patients in Washington, D.C. I'll tell a quick story. Back in high school, I thought I wanted to be a physician. My mom was a medical technologist, and she always talked about working in the hospital, but never took me there. So I was intrigued about what people in hospitals did. And in high school, I asked her to connect me with my uncle, who was a physician and worked in the ER. And I did a shadow day with him. And I remember walking into the ER and just seeing a bunch of sick people and blood. It wasn't like blood everywhere, but there was just a little bit of blood on a piece of gauze. And I nearly passed out. And I was like, absolutely not. But I was really interested in healthcare. I knew I wanted to do something that supported people and helped people. And I was a science nerd. I loved all the science experiments and projects that we did in school growing up. So I did some soul searching late in high school and really just stumbled into biomedical engineering. It was a perfect intersection of medicine and science and technology. So what I love about my job is, I'd say it's three things. One is mission, right? I get to work with some of the most vulnerable people in our healthcare system. People suffering with end-stage kidney disease have a debilitating disease that doesn't just mean your kidneys don't work. It means that you're reliant on an artificial kidney 3 times a week to keep you alive. The second thing I love is growth and development. Being an operational leader is not something that I had built or refined any skills around through all of my academic training, but being able to work in a human-centered environment on a human-centered team has been a great, developmental and growth experience. And the third thing that I love is building teams. I get to coach and hold people accountable, which is not as fun as coaching, but being able to help people become the best versions of themselves. As I grow as a leader, also pushing that down on my team is incredibly fulfilling. If I had to identify one experience, I would say it was being a research scientist abroad. As part of the BTP program, the Biotechnology Training Program, which I am very happy to hear is still around here at UVA, I shipped off to Mölndal, Sweden, outside of Gothenburg, and spent about 4 months working with AstraZeneca. And I think what was most exciting about that and what made it most worthwhile was getting a real appreciation of how technology actually moves to translation. AstraZeneca is a global pharmaceutical company, and I was really working at the forefront of research and product development. And it was cool seeing how close we were to exploring the last stages of drugs before they're commercialized. It also was a great learning experience. I realized that I did not want to do industrial research. As exciting as it was, it still didn't feel close enough to, real world human impact. And after that experience, I knew that I wanted to move even further towards, where the rubber meets the road. And I ended up starting a career in consulting. So just tips for any students that might be listening to this video: take the time to identify opportunities to test the waters. The last thing you want to do is make a decision close to the end of your degree to try something that you have no idea if it's going to check your boxes and be a fulfillment driver for you. All right, you all are getting incredible degrees at an incredible institution, and there are a lot of people who have gone before you and done great things. Don't feel any pressure to follow the footsteps of anyone, whether it be someone who graduated a year ahead of you or your advisor or faculty member. Like, the world is yours, and every single day things change and there's innovation around us. So I'd encourage you to, most importantly, do the soul searching to figure out what you want to do, what's fulfilling to you, what drives your happiness, and also think about what your intrinsic skills are, right? Your attributes, your personality, your preferences. And if there isn't a predefined path for you, I challenge you to define that path. And it's perfectly fine to be a trailblazer and be the first person to do whatever it is that you end up doing.